Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jen from camgush.com and welcome to Essential Grammar in Use book by Raymond Murphy. Today we will answer the exercises on Unit 31. If you can still remember, in this unit we discussed the words must, mustn't or must not, and do need to. Now we will see if you understood that lesson. We will answer these exercises. Now, let's start with the first one. Complete the sentences. Use must plus these verbs. Okay, so as you can see, we have some sentences in this activity. And we must, or we should, use the word must plus the following main verbs. So let's have number one, for example. I'm very hungry. I must eat something. I'm very hungry. I must eat something. So of course, if someone is hungry, what must that person do? That person must eat something. That's why we got the verb eat, because the problem is that the person is very hungry. Now let's go into number two. Marilyn is a very interesting person. You blank her. Marilyn is a very interesting person. You blank her. So what do you think is the verb that we should use with the word must? If Marilyn is a very interesting person, then what we should do about her? You must. Okay, very good. So our verb should be meet. You must meet her because Marilyn is a very interesting person. Number three. My hands are dirty. I blank them. My hands are dirty. I blank them. So now, if your hands are dirty, what you should do, or what you must do? Of course, if your hands are dirty or hands are dirty, we must wash them. Now number four, you blank to drive. It will be very useful. You blank to drive. It will be very useful. What do you think is the verb that we must use in this sentence? Very good, everyone. You must learn to drive. It will be very useful. Okay, must learn. Number five, I blank to the post office. I need some stamps. I blank to the post office. I need some stamps. So, if you need some stamps, then where you must go? Of course, you have to go to the post office. I must go to the post office. Next, the game tomorrow is very important for us. We blank. The game tomorrow is very important for us. We blank. Okay, so students, it should be the verb win. If the game tomorrow is very important for us, then we must win. And the last one. You can't always have things immediately. You blank patient. You can't always have things immediately. You blank patient. Very good, everyone. So it should be the verb be. You must be very patient, or you must be patient. Now, students, as you can see, our exercise here is very easy. Now, let's go on to the next activity. Here, we have to write I must or I had to. As you can see, if you can remember, we use must if something is very important or necessary. Using I had to is not as strong as I must. So, if it's not very important, then we have to use I had to. For example, blank walk home last night. There were no buses. Of course, we should use I had to. I had to walk home last night. There were no buses. Another clue is that I had to should be used in the past tense and I must for the present and future tense. Remember, students, I had to, past tense, I must, present or future. That's why on number 1 we use I had to because the tense here is past. Now let's go on to number 2. It's late. Blank go now. It's late. Blank go now. Very good, students. We should use I must. I must go now because the tense is present. Now number 3. I don't usually work on Saturdays, but last Saturday blank work. I don't usually work on Saturdays, but last Saturday blank work. Okay, students, we have to use I had to. We have the past time expression last Saturday, so that's why we have I had to work. Next, blank get up early tomorrow. I've got a lot to do. Blank get up early tomorrow. I've got a lot to do. Okay, very good, students. So we have to use I must because this is a decision being made today for tomorrow. Okay, next. I went to London by train last week. The train was full and blank stand all the way. I went to London by train last week. The train was full and blank stand all the way. Okay, students, it's very easy. We know already that this is in the past tense. I went and the train was. Also, we have the past time expression last week. So that's why we have to use I had to. Next, I was nearly late for my appointment this morning. Blank, run to get there on time. I was nearly late for my appointment this morning. Blank, run to get there on time. Okay, another past tense. We have I was nearly late and the past time expression this morning. That's why we have to use I had to. Next, I forgot to phone David yesterday. Blank, phone him later today. I forgot to phone David yesterday. I blank phone him later today. Of course, we have to use I must. I must phone him later today because this is a present decision for the future. Okay? And this is not in the past tense, so we have to use I must. Now, students, I want you to review this lesson about our exercises and remember all the important points. Also, I would like to encourage you to enroll in Kanglish.com's classes so that because we can help you improve your English skills better. Now, it's our time to end the class. I hope you learned something. This is Teacher Jen from Kanglish.com saying goodbye and see you on our next video. Goodbye!